So, my name is Edouard Geoffroy. Thank you, Joseph, for introducing me. Some of you might know me. I graduated in the domain of speech processing, and then I took a position at the French Ministry of Defense in what was at the beginning a lab, and I gradually moved into management of research. So now I'm in the part of the DGA dedicated to basic research. I'm also the technical director of a large civilian industry-oriented program, which I will mention too, and have a part-time position at the French National Research Funding Agency in the Department for ICT, where I'm in charge of an international program that I will also mention. So that gives me an interesting position of having a view on what happens in the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Industry, and the Ministry of Research in the area. So I will have one slide on each of those parts. First an overview slide. The funding mainly comes from those three ministries or agencies below the ministries. So DGA, which is part of the ministry, and then the agencies which are under the Ministry of Industry and Research. And in addition to the fact that there is funding in all the three bodies, there is also good coordination between those three sources of fundings, especially thanks to the fact that on the defense side there is a significant amount of persons involved, experts, and that helps a lot in spending time to coordinate things. I just gave an example here, two examples, sorry. Together with ANR, we co-organize a challenge on multimedia person recognition. I'll come back to that in a slide. And DGA also helps for the coordination of the QUERO program. So, on the defense side, so the DGA project currently covers speech, machine translation, natural language processing, and also recognition, handwriting recognition, I should have right. An interesting feature is that we always pay attention in those projects to have all the necessary components for making progress. That is, of course, the core is the research, but we always include the necessary data production in the project. At the beginning, we came down to organize the production of the tool for production of data. We produced Transcriber, for those who know that. Then we always include the evaluation part, or even organize evaluation campaigns. We did that first internally, and since for the last few years, we obtained that the French equivalent of NIST, called Laboratoire National de Métrologie et d'Essai, so LNE, did like NIST did 20 years ago, that is, include in their perimeter the multimedia information processing domain, and so now they have a team which we can rely upon and subcontract for the evaluation of our projects. Interestingly enough, the main instrument we use is procurement. I say it's interesting because that helps a lot to get the desired effect here, because we are lacking agencies, especially for evaluation, to do that spontaneously. So having procurement as a tool is very helpful. We do have some subvention for smaller projects, and once again, this is done in tight coordination with the other ministries. Oops, I think I went. All right, so the second part is the industry side, which is managed by the agency called OSEO. And most of the language technology part falls into a large program that some of you have heard about maybe, called Quero, which is an integrated program of a significant size, because since it's 100 million euro funding, so 200 million euro budget over for more than 5 years, and for many partners. So per partner and per year it's not so much, but the interesting thing is that it's integrated. So some interesting features is that it covers a whole spectrum of speech, language, natural language translation, but also image, video, even music processing, fusion of information, all that, multimedia fusion. And so that I connect that comment to the fact that the Commission is pushing interaction research to go beyond speech and text. And I also do think this is a very interesting thing to do. So just to give the idea of the figures, so this figure is not for LT. LT accounts for about 1/3 of that. Another interesting feature of the program is that it includes applications, so application demonstrator development by industrial companies who have some commitment with the agency on the anticipated market with reimbursable loans. And I have a slide which show the architecture of the program and also illustrate that. Then, once again, we managed to include significant efforts for evaluation and corpora tightly connected to each of the technology development. So each time we want to develop a technology, we attribute some budget for the evaluation in the corpus to do the corpus which are just needed for that. And it's quite flexible, and the whole program is actually flexible. It's a very long program, almost 6 years, but with yearly evaluation. So that's compared to a 3-year program, it can be seen as longer, but in fact it's constantly updated. And it involves many partners, including some German partners, so we do international cooperation there. So, the architecture of the program with many applications, and all the technologies are gathered in a core technology cluster that is for technology development and also the evaluation, and we have a dedicated project for the corpus. Right, so then the third part is on the research side at ANR. And ANR is actually the coordinator of an ERANET. The name is Schistera. Basically, it's for challenges in the IST domain for the European Research Area. The complete title is here. It's supported by the Future and Emerging Technology program in the Commission. So it's long-term research, but with applications in mind. And we launch a call for project with 2 topics every year, starting 2 years ago. The projects are now nearly started. The projects are selected and under contracting. And one of the topics was of interest for this audience. And the next topic, which will be in the next call to be published in October, will include intelligent user interfaces, so some of you might be interested. The ERANET currently covers 13 countries. For each given topic, Not all countries contribute, a sub-part of that, typically 9 or 10, but this is open to new members, so that could grow. And so the joint part is the submission, the joint part of the process. We have a joint submission, joint selection, and joint follow-up, and only the contracting and the funding is done at the national level. And to give you an idea of the size, for each of the first 2 calls, we had 10 projects selected for a little bit more than 10 million budget. So that's on average about 1 million funding per project, and each project is typically 3 or 4 partners from 3 or 4 different countries. I said I would mention the cooperation action between the DGAD on the defense side and ANR on multimedia, multimodal person recognition. So this includes speaker recognition, as well as recognition of the name when it's written on the screen, and of course recognition of the face, or the fact that it's the name of the person is said by the speaker, and the fusion of all that information. And there are 2 evaluation campaigns planned. There was a dry run, and that was very successful. So now we are going for the official evaluation campaign. This is open to external partners. And I wanted to mention it's co-organized because, once again, the fact that we can use procurement is very helpful to fund the corpus and evaluation part. All right, so some of the lessons learned, there would be many, but some highlights from those experiences. Finally, one of the core lessons learned for me is that technology evaluation happens to be critical for more than we think. It's not just measuring progress, it's also for daily development in the labs, of course, but for the agencies, it's important for evaluating and selecting the proposals. Obviously, it's very useful for managing the projects. It also is very helpful, and that's connected to the topic here, to build on previous results, so to avoid duplication of effort, because you know what was useful and you know what was not useful, so you can reuse. And that means that helps for cooperation. Actually, I observed that when we have sound evaluation campaigns, cooperation among different agencies, labs, etc., at the international level or national level is way easier. The second thing is that technology evaluation doesn't come for free. It needs strong support. It doesn't happen out of the blue. It really requires strong support. The ideal situation is when there is a dedicated public structure, like the NIST in the US. In Europe, there is probably a lack of that. And of course, having procurement helps a lot also. And the third thing is that integrating efforts into large programs, not necessarily a single source of funding, but at least a strongly coordinated program is quite helpful, at least to bring together all the efforts on the same technologies, to connect those efforts on technology development with the applications, and to deal with transversal aspects like discussions on IPR, for example. All right, so that's already a lot. Thank you.